I've been given this chance to tell you a story, my story, of how I was lost.
Hi guys, my name is Joel, producer named GrisVer, and pretty much produced the project. It started out in 2018 December when I was making the instrumental just like for fun really, and then it was missing some bit of like emotional intensity that I wanted, to get across. Then I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone because my friend Lonjezo had always, told me he'd always wanted to make something. So I didn't want to just make a project that meant nothing. So I thought, what if we could, get him to tell his story and, I'd ideally be giving him a platform to do it. Because a lot of people between us didn't really know what he was going through. So I thought it was, important that a lot of people eventually finally understood, and I believe that after you listen to this piece and you watch this video that you will understand what he went through. And then unfortunately after he sent me a collection of voice notes, I kind of downplayed the project because it didn't have everything that was needed to give it like that extra emotional punch. It was missing something yet again. And then in April, I believe, I started speaking to Dark Shadow, a Malawian poet, one of the best out here. And then she told me that she wanted to work on something, and I thought, wow, I have just the thing. And it wasn't just probably like no, absolutely the one project I've made with my music that's actually solved like, a real world problem. Because mental health in Malawi is something that's not taken seriously. I didn't take it seriously either until I actually, got to see it firsthand with like my friends, not just Lonje, there's a few others, and I feel like this, working through this, and really understanding what these guys went through really changed my perception on mental health, and I hope that it will do the same for others, and you just won't be downplaying things and saying that, it's just how he was born, or you're sad for nothing, or like it's an actual medical condition, that people need to treat, and just respect people and their issues, and hopefully this will help change perception on that. So thank you.
I've been given this chance to tell you a story, my story.
Okay, my name is Lonjezo Mtilatila. I guess I'm 21. The the creation of this project, I guess, started in 2018. I was fresh out of rehab. I had gone through depression, and in the wake of my depression, I could say it was a combination of my environment and the decisions I made. I couldn't exactly tell right from wrong. I was going through a metamorphosis, if I could say. And to me, everything I was doing was right. But little did I know that it was just leading me down a path of destruction. And I was in a really dark place, for a really long time, feeling alone, despite being surrounded by people, feeling like I actually had no one who I could talk to. And I kept everything inside until eventually it blew up in my hands. And my friend Joe came out and he reached out to me and said, I guess we can do a project, get the awareness out, let people know what I've been through. And I jumped on the idea, it was a good idea to allow people to understand that mental illness is real and it's something people face every day, It can happen to anyone, honestly. Depression comes in all shapes and manners. And it starts as something simple, but before you know it, you lose track of yourself. It goes to show that as a human being, we all have our own problems. And if we don't deal with them the right way, the outcome is always bad. So I recorded my part in 2018. I sent it to him, and somewhere along the way we lost track of the project and we had sort of given up on it. But with time, eventually things come out, and I'm glad to say that we finished the project 2020, 2 years later, and I would like to get my story out. I'd like to let people know that this is something we as Malawians have to accept is happening. It's happening to the youth. It can happen when you're grown up, and we shouldn't just shake it off. People tend to blame the environment, tend to blame other people, tend to say, maybe it's just someone from the village is bewitching us. But nah, it's all in your mind. It's a battle that everyone goes through, and before you know it, you can find yourself lost. And by the end of the day, you lose track of who you are, you lose sight of who you want to be, and it's a feeling of worthlessness. It's really bad. You feel empty inside, like there's nothing you can do, there's nothing left. But if we face it the right way, we need to accept that there are people who can help us. You need to open up to people, and eventually you get better. And reflecting on this project, listening to how I was in 2018 and today, it shows just how far I've come. Slowly but surely things get better, and by the end of the day, you can actually be the person you want to be. You can actually conquer it.
What help did you get? Like, what did you do? Like, what did you...
Oh, for one thing, I had to accept that I wasn't in it alone. I had to open up to people. And opening up my experiences showed me that I wasn't alone. People had gone through this. And when you face that side of you, the dark side that you're always running away from, it's not easy, but at the end of the day, you get through it, you come out stronger. Having someone to talk to always helps. And if you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, then I think you just need to reevaluate. There's always someone who's willing to help, always someone who's willing to hear your story.
I've been given this chance to tell you a story, my story.
Hi, I am Dark Shadow. I am a spoken word poet and just a poet, spoken word artist. So for me, this project really means a lot to me because I feel like so many people that I know around my age or older and younger, of course, go through so much that they really fail to put out. So we mostly brush it off like, you know what, let's just let it go. And there's this thing where you decide to drink and stuff like that. So for me, this project, it really does mean a lot because for myself as well, I've gone through a lot that I'm glad that I have people that I can actually talk to. So I first heard GrisVer, must be this year, when I first heard his music, and I was like, oh my god, it's this guy. And I DM'd him on Twitter, got his number, and we started talking. So I was like, I'd really love to work with you. And funny, he said, I actually have the perfect thing for you. And when he explained to me the whole story and told me the situation and told me that it's about mental health, it's something that I really do look at. It's something that as a person is very important to me. As an artist, it's something that I do stand by. So when he brought it up, I was like, this is perfect. It really didn't take me too long to also write the piece because, as I said, it means a lot to me. It's very important to me. Writing it was a beautiful journey actually because I just wanted to explain it in the easiest way but most poetic way. So if you listen to the piece, I used shapes, different shapes to piece like everything. Things come in shapes, different shapes and sizes, just like how mental health is. It shapes you as a person, the things that it is, the things that happens to you, it just shapes you to the person that you are. So that's what I was trying to put across. And I really do hope that this piece will help a lot of people understand that you're not alone. As much as you might feel alone, and I know there are moments you sit there and like, who's going to help me? Just remember, there's always that light. You always have to let that light in. Never let the darkness take over. So for me, I really hope that this helps a lot of people, and to always remember that you find someone to talk to. If you don't want to talk to your friends, you can also get professional help. Mental health is so real, and in Malawi, it has a lot of people like in chains. Like people feel locked and very confused, and it's good to talk about it. So I really hope this piece will help people who are going through a lot. I know we all have different problems that we're going through, and we're always rooting for you. We're all here ready to listen to you. Thank you.